everyone. Welcome back to Cincinnati Zoo Tales. I'm Jenna.
And I'm Mark. Thanks to all the listeners for tuning in to another episode. I'm really excited for today's episode. We got a really fun one in store talking about the newest addition to our gorilla troop, who is an adorable baby. So I'm really excited to hear about it. We're being joined by two members of the gorilla care team, Shaina Baker and Ashley Ashcraft. So thank you all so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, last episode we talked about Gladys and her pregnancy. So we're here to get a little bit of an update on how everything is going, because there is a baby, and I'm not going to try and say his name. Will you guys tell us his name?
Yes, his name is Mboka, and middle name is Jo.
Okay, and so I would have been semi-close, but I'm glad you said it out loud. And
yeah, of course.
And there's a little bit of a meaning behind how you chose that name, right? Can you guys tell us that?
Yeah, so I know a lot of people have followed Gladys' story over the years, and between her being raised by humans at the very beginning of her life, and then having a broken bone, and then pregnancy and all these things, a lot of people have been involved in the process of raising Gladys. So the meaning of her name means village or community, as it's truly taken a village to help raise Gladys. And she's also inspired so many people, so we wanted to make sure that we really included everybody in the naming of her baby, because that's what it feels like. It was so challenging to name this kid.
Was it?
It's a big deal. It took 9+ months, I think, for us to figure this out, because it just felt so monumental and really like a full circle moment.
Definitely, and especially for something like a gorilla, right? It's like these gorillas are going to live to be, 50 years old. This is its name forever. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not like, not to downplay any of our animals, but we have some animals over here that are only going to live to be, 7, 8 years old, whatever. It just makes the name not seem as monumental, I guess, or like there's not as much pressure on it. But yeah.
There was a lot
Feels
of pressure.
To me. There's not much pressure.
You guys felt it.
Yeah.
So tell us, like, when the baby was born, the birth story. Let's start from the beginning.
Go ahead, Shaina.
Well, let's see. Ashley was actually the first one. So we have the volunteers watching overnight, of course.
On cameras, yeah.
Yes, cameras, to make sure that we know if it was going to start happening. And then, so did you hear?
Yeah, so I was getting text messages the following night just saying, hey, she's looking a little restless. And that wasn't the first time it's happened, but it definitely got me on guard. So I was checking the cameras all night. And then just something in the back of my head is like, I need to go into work. So I came in early and got here about 5:30.
Sorry, will you tell us the date?
Oh, yes, September 20th.
Okay.
So 2 months old today.
Officially
2 months
months
to the date? Yeah, we're recording.
Yeah. So 5:30 came in. I heard a little rustling around, turned the lights on, and I could tell her water had broken. And then at that point, the other gorillas were starting to also realize there was something going on. And so I just kind of like sat and watched for a while, and obviously communicating to the team like, hey, it's happening. And
I got that text as I'm getting in my car to go to work, so then I'm just like flying.
Yeah,
I was like, get out of the way, there's a baby coming.
Call a police escort or something.
So our group is just, the gorilla group was so excited, just like we were, and so they were like in her face, like wondering what was going to happen the whole time. So I did go ahead and separate Gladys from the group at that time, just so she could actually lay down, because she was just moving all around at that point.
The others could still see her, though.
They
Like, she wasn't
still
separated,
see her.
like, out of view.
No, absolutely not. So we still want her to feel cohesive and safe in her situation. But it was so cool to see, because all of the gorillas were just like glued, like trying to watch and get the best angle, as were we. So it was really fun. So it was about 8:30, and she gave birth. So she did so great, and we were all, it was such a magical experience. We were all able to, sit down and just kind of calmly watch, and she was totally fine and comfortable with all of it. She actually came over very close to us and had the baby right in front of us.
We were like crying.
It was such an amazing experience. So we have great video.
Yeah.
And it was just so cool to, again, full circle moment, like anytime a gorilla is assisted reared by people, you just never know how they're going to be as an actual mom. But we've set her up really well, so she's seen babies being raised before. She kind of knew what to do. I didn't have a whole lot of doubt that she wouldn't be the best mom ever, but you just never know. But it was just so cool to watch her, like, just everything kind of kick in, and she just kind of figured it out.
that sort of thing, the animal, like, natural instinct is just incredible. And I'm sure it's all or most gorillas, like, is so nurturing and, like, mother-like, or human-like, I should say. And some of the videos I've seen, like, just staring down and, like, cleaning, like, eye boogers out. And
her mannerisms and everything.
Yes.
Yeah,
At first, I feel like he was, like, there, and she was just kind of like, okay, like, what is this? And then, like, he cried a little bit, and that's when she picked him up and, like, patted his back, and I was like, we were just all like, yes, Gladys, good job, like, you're doing it.
And it's a little nerve-wracking, too, because, he comes out blue, just like babies, human babies do, and it takes a couple of seconds to get that full breath of oxygen in, and we're all just sitting there going, it felt like minutes.
Is he okay? Is he okay? Yeah.
And so, at first she was just, at that time hadn't passed the placenta yet, so still wasn't feeling great, and so it wasn't until she passed the placenta did she start kind of moving him around. So it took her a few hours to kind of figure it out. So she was carrying baby, straw, and placenta, and so like straw started to fall away, and then she started carrying the baby really well, and then kind of had the placenta like a little purse for a while. And, like,
she thought it was like a part of him.
Yeah.
She like, had to like take care of it.
Very
this
gentle
came out
with
too.
all of
This
it.
is my other baby.
So we did get the opportunity later in the day to cut the cord and everything. She was much more comfortable moving the baby at that point and all of that. Sometimes they'll eat the placenta, but she chose not to, so they're just kind of in the way at that point.
Sorry, I was just thinking, like, as a real human mom.
Like, you are a real human.
I had classes and books
Right?
and other people to talk to, and I know they can communicate in their own ways, but, like, and I still didn't feel prepared, and I still was like, wait, what do I do? Like, I got home from the hospital, I'm like, I'm not supposed to be doing this alone. Like, I need the nurses and the doctors. What do I do next? And it's like, they just know what to do.
She made
It's
it look so
incredible.
easy. Like, it was almost like she was just in a trance, like, during the whole labor process, and then just, like...
And the fact that they do that without, like, yelling and epidurals.
Yeah, very
So
quiet.
Yes.
Yeah, and she saw Mona being raised, she saw Elle being raised, so she had all of that, and honestly, a couple weeks before that, we were showing gorilla birthing videos, which she didn't pay attention to, but Mona and Elle loved. So at least they kind of, like, I think, got it to an extent, but, she did perfect, and still is doing perfect. So.
That's incredible. I want to ask, like, what her experience was like versus, for you keepers, like what your experience was like watching Gladys versus watching some of your other moms. Because, like, I'm just so amazed and so impressed that she was just calmly letting you guys watch. Like, I don't know, compare for us, we're always trying to watch remotely via cameras because we don't want to scare our animals. They're not necessarily the most comfortable with us all the time, especially for a private moment like that. You just want mom and baby to be together. But was it because she was hand-reared? Like, did that play a factor? Like, what's her birth like for you guys versus other births that you've had?
So I think, we like to think that Gladys doesn't remember being hand-reared. She was 4 months old when she got back in with gorillas, and I think that her being such a successful mom and doing all things gorillas should be doing and really not showing us signs that she remembers being hand-reared, that I really don't think she does. Obviously, we can never tell for sure, but so obviously, like, we were taking close observation. So if she was showing any signs of nervousness or stress with us being there, we would have stepped out immediately. We would have watched on cameras and done all that. But since she was bringing herself as close as she could get to us, kind of showing us what was happening, we were comfortable with it. And it is once in a lifetime experience, honestly. So we wanted, to be able to share it with the team as much as we could.
That's so special. Yeah, it's incredible.
I mean, it really was. So, like, when Asha had Mona and Anu had Elle, they had them overnight, and so when we came in, and very soon when we came in, so Anu had Elle. I walked down there and I was like, she's in labor, and as soon as I told my coworker that, Elle was already out. And so I missed it in like 5 seconds. So, and Asha had already had Mona by the time we got in. So lots of times it's happening overnight and we just come in and there's a baby. So it truly was like.
So it's the first time you've actually seen the whole process.
Yeah.
Oh, that's extra exciting for sure.
I can only imagine you guys just like hugging each other just in tears probably.
Just, like,
and we're trying to be quiet.
We're like hitting each other's backs like.
Yeah.
And then the gorilla troop that we had next to us in the other area, but like obviously they can't see, but like they were listening. And Pende, he knew, like he could hear like what was going on over there, and like we were all like, crying, just so happy once the baby was there. And, like, Pende was over there just doing, like, happy grumbles, too. Like, he's like, I'm a part of this, too. He's like, congratulations.
And he was trying to look, and I think they can smell the birth, too. Yes. So he's like, what's happening? Yeah. And he was obsessed at trying to get a view, but,
Oh, my gosh.
So her troop that could actually see her, were they reacting at all?
Oh, they just continued to watch the entire time.
They were, like, glued to it.
And will you guys remind us who belongs in her troop?
So, and Belly's the dad. He's a first-time dad now. So he was definitely watching, and he was doing positive vocalizations too, which we love to see. And then Chewy and Mona and Elle.
Did you have any concerns with, like, putting them back with Gladys and the baby, or?
I think there's always, like, a sense that we always like to kind of try to gauge maybe what would happen. I feel like most of the times it's completely different, and they throw us for a loop. So you never know. Like, we were confident, like, we have a really experienced team, so we could figure it out either way. But we did take our time. We let Gladys relax, and then you put them back together in order that set them up for success. And they did great.
That's amazing. Is it Elle that you see in all the videos? Like, she just wants to be as close as possible. And like, let me touch it. Let me touch it.
Poking the baby or poking the baby with a stick. Yeah.
She'll like walk by and like try to like reach under her leg, like to be like sneaky about it. Like, you're not fooling anyone.
Yesterday she was playing with Gladys, and you could just see the hands were all over the baby. And I'm like, you're not playing with Gladys. You're just touching this baby.
Oh my gosh. Now, would it be common for gorillas to hand their baby off ever, or like for Gladys to let Elle hold him, or? So as people, I think, are learning through watching Gladys that she's not putting this baby down. So, she's very busy. And really, until that baby starts to get a little bit more independent, you might have some babysitters or some playmates, but Gladys is the one in control, so she's been very good and very protective. She must be exhausted.
She's gotta be, I know.
I'm like, just imagine not being able to use both of your hands for 2 months. Right.
Maybe crazy. The broken arm actually prepared her for this. She was like, I always felt like I just. It is interesting because she does carry the baby with that arm the most.
Yeah. I was gonna ask that if you've seen any differences in her as a mom because of her injury that we've talked about over the podcast, and she's been through a lot.
She's been through a lot, yeah. I think just mainly the, choosing to carry the baby on that side. So.
That's so interesting. But yeah, I can't imagine, like, I know they're probably, well, at what point do they hang on themselves? Like.
So, every mom is different.
Okay.
So, sometimes moms will immediately throw that kid on their back, and that kid has to hang on. So, Gladys, over the past, I don't know, probably month, we have seen a slow, steady increase of allowing the baby to hold on its own. So today I saw a very extended period of time where baby was clinging on while mom was walking and not assisting, and he was nursing at the same time. Wow. So he was doing a really good job, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, because I was going to say, it would be hard to like never put them down, also she's like maybe on guard a little bit, like doesn't want Elle to come snatch him while she sleeps, but I think it's probably helpful that the babies can hold on if they need to versus like a human newborn, but that would be.
I've seen times too where she'll like be using both of her hands but have her foot like not holding it.
Oh my goodness. That's so incredible.
So when is it an infant, a gorilla infant?
Yes.
Okay, when do infants typically start solid foods?
So, I mean, we have seen him starting to grasp at foods, so we're going to see more of that over the next month or two of him grasping, teething on foods. And lots of times moms will just kind of naturally eat food and crumbs fall on their belly, and that's at babies
just picking them up
at babies level. So that's a lot of times when they're getting their first like taste of food. So yeah, by 3-4 months we're going to see more exploring of that.
When do they typically get teeth?
Oh, that's a good question. So this week he's cutting teeth.
Oh, so around 2 months.
So he's not feeling so great, but he's doing good. Still nursing really well. Gladys, I don't think, is a fan of the teeth.
I'm sure,
but they're getting through it. Yeah.
How long are they typically nursing for?
They can nurse opportunistically up to about 6 years old.
Wow. Okay.
But they're really gonna start weaning and relying on more food, like a year old.
Okay. Is it one of those things that's basically just like as long as mom lets them kind of thing?
Yeah.
Until eventually mom
Yeah.
kicks them off.
We kept saying, hippos typically, or the internet or whatever I was reading said hippos typically 8 to 12 months, and Fritz is like, I'm gonna go at least 2 years.
2.5 years.
Exactly.
Lovely. And you guys mentioned this is Mbelly's first baby, right? What is a typical dad's role in childcare? Like, what role in a gorilla troop does dad play, if any, in raising the kid?
So, still, I mean, it's still kind of the same role of, like, protecting her, protecting the baby. And Belly hasn't really been, like, super hands-on with it, which is, it's normal. But we also don't want it to be something where he is, like, really interested in, like, potentially, like, accidentally hurting this baby. So it's been a good level of, like, interaction from him. I think that as Mboka gets a little older and a little bit more independent, and Belly will kind of become more interested and be a little bit more of a role.
I feel like that's kind of also typical of humans. Like, the dads are like, I don't know what to do with this newborn, and then they're 3 and they're like, I can wrestle and play, and we can go outside.
But I think every silverback is different. It just depends. And, like, since this is his first baby, like, he might be a little more hands-off this time, but maybe if he has any in the future, he would be like, okay, now I kind of know what's going on with this, and maybe be a little more involved. But
And we haven't talked about Mona. What's her interest level?
Mona, she is interested. So it's really fun because anytime a primate group has a baby, the dynamics totally change.
Yeah.
So, and that's what we've seen in this group as well. So everybody is playful all the time.
That's so fun.
Yeah. So Mona in particular is the most playful right now. So, and I think that's just kind of like signaling they're excited about the baby. They're coming off as non-threatening. All of those things. So she's really been getting Belly involved in play.
What does that look like for the listeners?
Oh, goodness. Shaina.
So, kind of like it, to somebody that doesn't know, it might look like they're, like, biting or, like, kind of fighting, but it's, like, it's a very soft kind of play. But
Like horseplay,
like
almost.
mouthing.
Yes, roughhousing, the mouthing,
Okay.
yeah. Mona's been really into swings lately, so she's just swinging around like a wild woman.
Rolling around on the ground.
Yeah, she's been loving rolling lately, putting blankets on her head. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen the videos the zoo. Like,
she's always been sillier, right?
Yeah, she's
she's
goofy.
She's got a lot of personality.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I think it's so, like, amazing that the baby, I don't know, brings it out of them, or they are just trying to show, like, we're not a threat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would say, like, as far as her interest directly towards the baby is probably less than Chewy and Elle at this point, but time will come.
I feel like she was like kind of annoyed too that like Elle like wasn't as close to her, like because Elle was more interested in the baby, and like Mona was kind of like, well, my playmate's gone now, so like I guess I just have to play by myself.
Feels left out.
Okay, and Chewy's also in the group. Okay, tell us about Chewy's role then.
She's the perfect little auntie. This is not her first baby. She's seen a lot of babies in her lifetime. So she has shown a lot of interest in Gladys, protecting Gladys too. You can see her hugging Gladys. Gladys hasn't given her as many opportunities to touch the baby specifically, but man, Chewy is right there doing all the right things and letting Gladys know she's on her side.
Yeah. Chewy's like her coach.
Yeah.
She's like,
Sweet.
oh my goodness.
Have there been any challenges at all, or any unexpected things happen?
Honestly, this has been the smoothest birth/infant that
I'll say knock on the table right now.
Yeah. So honestly, no.
That's great.
At this point, no. Yeah. I mean, Gladys has given us a lot of challenges in her life, so I'm okay that this one's not challenging.
Right?
Yeah.
And is she still doing like the typical training sessions you guys would do, or do you kind of like leave her be a little bit more, or how does?
She's right back into it. So, at this time of year, we're doing flu vaccines. So we have to do hand injections and all of those things. So she's a little less, like, willing to, because she's busy doing things with holding a baby and all of that. So not as, like, quick to do certain behaviors. But, yeah, she started training right away again, yeah.
And how long until you would expect to see, like, the baby start participating in that stuff? Would it be a year, 2 years? Like, I'm sure that's a while down the road, right?
That's gotta be fun. To train a little baby gorilla.
So honestly, cognitively, the baby could be learning like open mouth right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Only 2 months old?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Well, yeah. Gladys is not giving the opportunity at this point, and you cannot blame her for that. So, I mean, they do a lot of mimicking as well. So we saw him mimicking Gladys earlier in the week. But yeah, I mean, as soon as she starts to allow him to be more independent, we're going to develop a training program as soon as he's ready. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I guess once he's taking solids too, a little, that would, because you
Absolutely.
can't reward.
You can't reward.
Yeah. Yeah. Until that happens.
Just give him a bottle.
God's like, no.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is there anything else you guys want to tell us? Are there any fun stories that come to mind? I mean, it just sounds like it's going great, which is...
It is.
I mean, the most recent thing I feel like that's been cool is, like, you know, the first month he was just kind of like, you know how newborns are, like, they don't really ever focus on anything. They're just kind of there, like, vibing, living, you know, but now he's, like, actually starting to, like, look at us, and it's just, like, melts your heart.
Oh.
Like, you're just like, hi, baby. Yeah. But so you can definitely tell he's, like, looking at us now. He's looking at other members of the troop. Like, he'll watch Elle, and it's adorable.
That's probably just like a flash.
Yeah. Yeah. He, like, he'll, like, react to, like, sounds and stuff, too, now. And so it's cool seeing him, like, start to, like, be more of a gorilla.
In just the past couple days, we've seen her change how she's caring for him a little bit. She'll set him on the ground now, which we haven't seen. She still has her hands on him, but sitting him on the ground, I almost saw her do it where his belly was touching the ground, and I think once she does that, he's really going to start, like, trying to scoot around.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that would help next milestones.
Yeah.
So right now he's sitting up, he's controlling his head really well, making eye contact, and then can go from a laying down position and pulling himself to sitting position. So he's a strong
He's
one.
very squirmy, too. He'll
He
just be,
moves all
like,
the
wiggling around on her. I don't know how she holds on to it,
Yeah.
but he's just always
And
like,
honestly, that's happened since her ultrasounds. So, like, we could never get measurements on him because he was just all over the place
my
all
goodness.
the time. So same thing in real life, yeah.
Just a strong, healthy boy.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
incredible. I did want to ask, like, I'm sure it's really tricky because the group is always, you know, you guys change their space really dynamically. They're always going from inside to outside to behind the scenes. If listeners did want to come see him, is there, like, a best time of day or, like, a best area to try and view him, or is it just kind of day by day, it's all changing?
Yeah, so with temperatures right now, the indoor habitat would be your best bet. And I can't tell you the best time of day, unfortunately, because Festival Lights kind of changes our scheduling around a little bit.
Getting ready to start here.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit more variable than it has been. But always check in early, I would say.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
feel like
maybe
early
that
is
would be the
usually your
first place
best
you
bet.
come.
Yeah.
Come, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, the winter is not the best time for a newborn.
For
so
sure, yeah.
May not have a lot of chances to see him, but
Check
he'll
early
still
and
be
check the Zoo's social media page.
Yeah.
The Zoo's been posting all
yes.
kinds of stuff
Oh,
about
yeah,
him. Yes.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, and the whole troop. So it's been fun to watch for sure.
We think so.
I still haven't been down to see him.
Oh my gosh, you
I
have
need
to.
make it happen.
It's hard
Gotta
to get
go.
anything done down there.
It is.
I know. I was like, what's your team been up to? Like, surely you guys just have to be glued to watching him all day long.
We have to do observations all the time. So that's really hard part of our job.
Well, I'm so happy to hear such a positive update.
Yes.
Is there anything else you guys want to cover before we ask our final question?
I don't think so.
Yeah, like you mentioned, our last couple podcasts, I feel like have been, especially 2 podcasts ago, hearing about Gladys's break and everything. It was a very stressful time for your team.
Yeah.
So you guys have put in the work and deserve to share in this moment. So I'm really happy for you guys.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you very much.
definitely.
Like I said, again, it's taken a full village
Yes,
to care for Gladys and
definitely.
get her where she is today. So we appreciate everybody's hard work and interest. And the amount of people that have followed her whole life is just, she's inspired so many. So we're so proud of her.
That's very cool. And she's just the best mom.
She
I
is.
know.
She's a great
So
mom.
exciting. Well, then my final question is, what can I do?
So, this holiday season, the zoo is involved with the Lion Share Toy Drive. Up until December 12th, you can bring in donated clothes or toys to our gift shop, and that helps support the community and schools around the area.
Yeah, so it'll definitely be something you can see if you come to the zoo's gift shop. and there will be like a big box or some sort of bin that you can put these toys or even hygiene products in, and then families from the community will be able to come and kind of shop for these items. So if you're at the zoo and you have the means to either drop something off maybe you've had at home or that you buy at the gift shop, it's a good option to support the community.
Definitely. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. That's a great one. Come visit the shop. Swing by Gorilla World while you're here. See if you
can't miss out.
And you can always recycle your cell phone.
Yes.
Always recycle your cell phones, especially if you're getting new ones for the holidays or your kids are getting new tech, like what is it, anything smaller than a laptop?
Yep. Yeah, and actually the Cincinnati Zoo won the Silverback Award for donating the most cell phones. So we've donated over 7,000 cell phones. So
summer
top
camp.
zoo, top zoo in the country.
Did a great job of helping.
Oh, very cool.
It all goes to EcoCell, so that's thanks to everybody's hard work and keep it up.
Shout out, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, well, thank you, ladies, for your time and for filling us in on Mboka Jo.
Yes.
And I definitely need to come see him soon.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for having us. We appreciate it. And always love to share about Gladys and the gorillas.
Yeah.
All the other ones, too.
Thanks for all your work. To all you listeners out there, please come visit Gorilla World, swing by and see Mboka Jo. Until next time.
Have a good one.
Bye.